Holy City Center Radio, episode 66, and I am your host, Christian Sanger. Thank you for joining me to kick off your new year. It is January 2nd, 2023. And why am I telling you the date? Because we are changing things up here with the podcast. We are going to switch it. So each week you will have multiple episodes to enjoy. They will be shorter episodes than what we were doing previously, but it'll be more immediate. So much is going on in Charleston, as you know. So we're hopeful that by having several shows a week, it'll make it easier to share news and information. In the past, we had these great interviews, but, when it came to scheduling and things, sometimes I had to just say, all right, we're not going to talk about any news topics because there'd be so many days from recording to it being published that so much could change. After speaking to my amazing producer, Lindsay Marie Collins, we started saying, hey, maybe we should do this multi-show weeks. Maybe do a Monday, Wednesday, Friday type situation. So that is the plan. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, the goal is to have a new show out to you with the latest news and information, whatever's going on in town. Still going to do interviews, so you'll still be able to hear from newsmakers in town. The episodes will be a little shorter, so you can, just knock them out on your way to work, or maybe at the end of your day, you're just catching up on what's going on in town. However you choose to listen, that is the plan. So be sure to subscribe on whatever your favorite streaming platform is so you don't miss any episodes. And I'm really excited to bring this to you. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Sam Spence, who used to work at the Charleston City paper and was doing a podcast for a little while that basically was that type of format, 3 days a week where he was telling you the latest news. He also threw in some interviews, and I thought he was doing an amazing job. But I believe there were some changes with his work schedule, and he hasn't been doing the podcast for a while. I think it may be done, if not just on a hiatus. So I thought, hey, well, there's a little bit of a void now. People seem to really dig having kind of short podcast episodes about Charleston, where they could get their news more, more not immediate, but closer to it. So there'd be less changes as the days went on, when it comes to politics and things like that, or ongoing investigations, whatever it may be. The Murdoch murders come to mind. There's so much that changes on a day-to-day basis. It was hard to talk about things specifically. It was more broad strokes and bigger picture type stuff. So I'm excited to be able to do this. And I hope you all enjoy it as well. It's very much a work in progress. Don't expect me to do as well as Sam did because he did an amazing job. I'm just hoping to maybe fill that void for people who enjoyed that format. But if you have suggestions, feedback, whatever it may be, you can reach me, Christian, at holycitycenter.com. You can also find me on social media at Holy City Center on Facebook, Instagram. Those are the ones I use the most, Twitter as well. So be sure to reach out if you have any feedback. Before we get into it, just wanted to say real quick that I had a lovely Christmas and a very quiet New Year. Did run into some travel issues, nowhere near the issues that I saw some other folks had with Southwest Airlines and that whole debacle. I'm so sorry for anyone who had to deal with delays and cancellations and all of that during the holiday season. It must have been very frustrating. What little frustrations I had with traveling, especially on my way to Connecticut to see my family, it was well worth it to spend time with them again over the holidays. I was lucky enough to be home for Thanksgiving and Christmas this year. And you really can't beat that. It was awesome seeing my family, especially my niece and nephew, my two little best buds. Great to see them all the time, but especially on Christmas when they're opening presents and they're just so excited about everything. So it was well worth any travel headaches and frustrations to see them, that's for sure. One last personal update. I'm just so excited because it just happened as I was recording this. My favorite football team, the New York Giants, are going to the playoffs for the first time since 2016. I am excited. I hope your favorite football team is doing well. But if they're playing the Giants in the playoffs, I hope your team loses. So excited to have my team back. It's just fun to have something to cheer for again late in the year. Because over the last few seasons, it's been a little rough for me and the other Giants fans. But moving on, speaking of football, let's get into the news. And we're going to start with sports. It has been a tough bowl season for the two most popular South Carolina colleges, as far as football is concerned, anyway. The number 19th ranked Notre Dame Fighting Irish beat number 20 South Carolina by a score of 45-38 on Friday. That was in the Gator Bowl. That same evening, number 6 Tennessee trounced number 10 Clemson 31-14 in the Orange Bowl. Both teams had a good season, but unfortunately, bowl games just didn't go their way. We'll see what they have for us, this coming fall. But congrats to both fan bases. Making a bowl is always fun and exciting, even if it's not maybe the one you wanted. But both programs certainly doing well this season and look to build on that going into next season. The national championship for college football is set. Number one, Georgia, and I'm sure there's several Bulldogs here in the Charleston area who are excited. Congrats to you all. You're going to the national title game to take on number 3, Texas Christian University. They beat, Texas, TCU, they beat Ohio State. Beat Michigan. Georgia beat Ohio State. So they knocked off those Big Ten teams to make it to the title game. Best of luck to you Bulldogs fans out there. We're going to zoom in a little bit more local here, right to Charleston. The International African American Museum has decided to delay their opening. They were aiming for January 21st. But in a statement, the museum said, quote, due to challenges regarding the building's humidity and temperature controls, the International African American Museum has made the difficult decision to postpone its opening, end quote. A new date has not been set, but I will be sure to let you all know when they do announce it. I'm looking forward to seeing this museum. Sad that they have to delay it, but, totally understand they got to make things right, for everything that they have inside that facility. Meanwhile, a Charleston staple is no more after 30 years of serving the Holy City area. Andolini's Pizza has closed its last location. West Ashley's 1940 Sam Rittenberg Boulevard restaurant has shuttered as of December 31st. The restaurant thanked its patrons in a social media post on the last day of the year. But yes, an institution, I don't think that's out of bounds to say. I've been here for a few decades. Everybody knows Andolini's. Has closed, no more locations in the area. One of their former locations, though, over in Mount Pleasant, we do know who is going to be taking over that building. That will be Bodega, the popular New York-style sandwich shop located on the peninsula. They are expanding across the bridge in the new year. No set date has been announced yet. I'll keep you posted on that as well. But yes, Bodega will be opening at 414 Coleman Boulevard, according to the Post and Courier. You guys may remember this was a pop-up concept that started in 2020 inside of Uptown Social, which is on King Street. This past year, they opened their own location combined with their sister concept called Share House at 23 Ann Street, which is between the Music Farm and the Music Hall. All these businesses that we're talking about are created and owned by Uptown Hospitality Group, who continues to just keep opening new properties here in the area and continues to have success. So we'll keep you posted on when Bodega will be opening over in East Cooper. From sandwiches and bagels to cookies, King Street Cookies is changing its name. So if you're looking for them, they are now called Bubby's Cookies and Treats. They will officially celebrate the rebrand on Wednesday, January 11th at both of the locations. They have one on King Street and one over in Mount Pleasant as well. Each shop will have specials, samples, prizes, giveaways, and more. The big grand prize will go to one lucky winner who will be able to win a dozen free cookies each month for a year. Not good for those New Year's resolutions if you're trying to lose weight, but I mean, come on, you're not going to pass up a dozen free cookies every month. Just space it out a little bit. You don't have to eat them all in one day. So you can, if you're interested, head to one of their locations on the 11th for more information. And lastly, on this first show of 2023, I want to give a shout out to local singer, songwriter, and musician Emily Curtis. She's a friend of the podcast, and on Friday, she released her latest single called Hearts and Bones. You can find it on all streaming platforms. So if you're listening to this podcast right now, you're probably on a streaming platform. So you can just go ahead and type in Emily Curtis when the show is over and listen to that new tune. She's got plenty of other great songs out there as well. So happy that a former guest of this show is continuing to put out new music and starting off the new year right. Another musician you should listen to is Tyler Boone. So when you're done listening to Emily, go type in Tyler Boone's name and listen to some of his tunes. You've already heard one of his songs so far here in this episode. Every single episode of Holy City Center Radio includes music by Tyler Boone. We appreciate him letting us use that. Another search you should do is for FMB Radio. That is a local podcast that was created by my producer, Lindsay Marie Collins. Be sure to listen to her as well. And thank you to Lindsay for producing this and every single episode. She is with LMC Sound System and does great work here in town. And a big thank you to all of you for listening. I hope you've enjoyed this new concept we have for 2023. We'll be back on Wednesday with more news and information for you. If you have suggestions, like I said, just reach out to me and let me know. This is very much a work in progress, but this is the general idea. Multiple episodes a week. We'll mix in news and information. Sometimes I'll expand on topics and provide some more background or opinions or whatever it may be. And of course, we're still going to have interviews with newsmakers and awesome people, throughout the year as well. So that part won't change. But this is, like I said, this is the gist. A little bit shorter episodes, sweet, short, to the point, just letting you know what you need to know to get you started on your day or whenever you listen to it, just making sure you're up to date on everything that's going on here in Charleston. I appreciate all your support. If you want to share the show with folks, that always helps out. You can also go to holycitycenter.com/shop, pick up some merchandise. Go to patreon.com/holycitycenter, where you can sign up for a subscription level. You can cancel it at any time. It starts as low as $2 per month. Helps support the show, the website, and everything else I do in Holy City Centerland. And, it's not just you throwing money at me. It's obviously because I'm providing you with some great content, obviously. But in addition to that, Patreon subscribers also get little bonuses depending on what level you're on. Sometimes you get merchandise randomly sent to you in the mail. So that's exciting. You also get discount codes. Sometimes I have free tickets to give away. So there's all sorts of benefits, for signing up as well as a thank you for doing that. So I appreciate anyone who considers it. But I also understand just throwing your money at me may not be something you want to do. Just listening is great. You can also like and subscribe, leave reviews for this podcast. That also helps me out. If money is not something you have available to donate to me and the website and everything, and I totally get that. All those other things help out as well. So thank you very much for those who have been doing that right along. Hope you're excited for the new year. I hope your holidays went well. I hope this year brings you guys nothing but happiness, healthiness, a whole lot of fun and memories. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I hope you are too. So until Wednesday, I'm signing off for now, and I'm keeping, even though this is more of like a maybe listen to the podcast on the way into work in the morning, I got to keep the outro I've been doing forever as a nod to a news legend. So we're going to keep doing that. So as always, good night and good luck.